Money FM 89.3, the best of the afternoon update. The Afternoon Update with Lin Li Fu.
Welcome to Industry Insight, where we explore how businesses across Singapore and the region are shaping the future. I'm your host, Lin Li. Now, here's something worth thinking about. When was the last time you filtered a property search by more than just price or location or the amount of space? What if you could filter by inclusivity or carbon impact? Well, in a world of rising climate risks and shifting social expectations, housing isn't just about walls and roofs anymore. It's about values too. And that's where PropTech is beginning to change the game. Today, we're diving into how technology can help fix that. From inclusive rental tax to climate-aware property filters, PropTech is stepping up in a big way. Joining me now is Cecile Corda, Head of Sustainability at PropertyGuru Group. Cecile, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Very excited to be here today to share more about our 2024 achievement presented in our new sustainability report.
Great to have you with us. Very excited. Let's kick things off with a bigger picture. Nearly 2/3 of Southeast Asia's population is expected to live in cities by 2050. That sounds like both an opportunity and a challenge. What risks does that pose to housing equity and environmental resilience?
So rapid urbanization increases demand for housing, infrastructure, and resources. This is going to create pressing challenges for both cities and the real estate sector, such as housing affordability issues, decreased quality of life, or increased social inequalities. This also increases stress on urban infrastructure. And, climate change will become an increased threat for cities. We are already seeing its impact, as well as on the property sector, especially in a region like Southeast Asia, where a lot of the large cities are in low-lying areas. And on the other hand, the real estate sector is responsible for 40% of the global carbon emissions. So without sustainability considerations, the sector carbon impact will only intensify with urban growth. So given all of this, there is really an urgent need for cities and the real estate sector to transform into a more inclusive and sustainable ecosystem. And at PropertyGuru, our ambition is to play a key role in this transformation.
And I suppose the urgency isn't just future-looking, it's already happening now in many cities.
Yeah, exactly. So that's already something that, we see looking at how they can, incorporate consideration in terms of flooding, for example. We see a lot of cities in the region, like, in Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, floodings happen more and more often. So how do we incorporate this climate risk consideration into the real estate sector, for example? So, for us, that's why we've embedded climate risk analytics into our platform. So, for example, in Malaysia, our data science tool uses historical disaster data. So, for example, historical floods or historical landslide to guide informed decision from agent, developers, and institutional buyers.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So we've also partnered with climate risk provider. So we are able to deliver advanced modeling and in-depth climate risk assessment to help customers embed, climate risk consideration into their property decision. So by assessing different type of climate scenario, PropertyGuru is able to provide a comprehensive view of the type of vulnerabilities that can affect a property and enable people to integrate this risk into their business strategy.
Okay. And switching gears a little bit, Cecile, PropertyGuru recently achieved 100% renewable energy for your direct operations. That's not a small achievement. So walk us through how that came together.
So in 2023, we started by assessing our greenhouse gas emission baseline. And following this, PropertyGuru first objective was to focus on our operational impact where we have direct control. So this consists mostly of our what's called Scope 2 emission, which arise from our electricity consumption in our offices. So to reduce this emission, PropertyGuru, as you mentioned, has transitioned to 100% renewable energy through the purchase of energy attribute certificates.
And for a tech-driven company, I imagine the carbon footprint from data infrastructure can be large?
Yes, you're right. So as a property technology company, data storage is essential to running our platform, but we also recognize that it contributes significantly to energy usage and carbon emission. So for PropertyGuru, this corresponds to about 11% of our Scope 3 emission. And to reduce these emissions, in 2024, PropertyGuru has shifted to more energy efficient cloud solutions. And we're using providers who have set net zero targets. So that means that when they are implementing initiatives to achieve their goal, this also contributes to reducing our own impact. Okay. So, type of initiative they would implement are related to renewable energy use, for example. Okay. And beyond, our own value chain, PropertyGuru also helps to shape a more sustainable real estate industry by promoting sustainable properties as well and equipping stakeholders with the right tools and insight to make sustainable choices.
So just to be clear, you not only look into Scope 2 emissions, you're also doing Scope 3 with vendors and your users' activities.
Yes, exactly. Scope 3 are all the other indirect emissions within your upstream or downstream value chain. It also includes business travel, for example. So, we are a Southeast Asia company. So business travel is something we also look at in terms of how we can reduce our emissions. We encourage people to favor virtual meetings as much as possible. And when, traveling is necessary, we really encourage people to travel with an economy flight. So that really also helps to reduce emission. But that's also something we're going to continue on to really reduce our impact there as well.
And how do you embed sustainability goals across different teams internally, from engineering to marketing?
Yes, so for us, the sustainability team is everyone in the company. So we work with every function from the product team, the tech team, from the finance team, legal, all functions are involved in really helping us advance our effort in promoting and enabling a more inclusive and sustainable property sector. And that's exactly what you see if you look at our reports. So you will see that, every people in the company from every function are contributing in one way or another, and they are embedding sustainability into the core of our activities.
Okay, let's bring this back to Singapore. We know bias in the rental market remains an issue. 1 in 4 renters have faced racial discrimination. Tell us about your Everyone Welcome feature.
So PropertyGuru has received feedback from property seekers about how discrimination practices have created barriers for them when trying to rent a property. So at PropertyGuru, we believe that everyone deserves a place to call home. And as a leading marketplace, we are the voice of the property seekers. Mm-hmm. So we have a key role to play to promote inclusion and help people from all backgrounds to find a place to live. So at the end of last year, PropertyGuru developed our Everyone Welcome feature that promotes inclusion on our platform and beyond. So, we've been working for a very long time on addressing discrimination on our platform, but this one is also, addressing behavior beyond that. So this feature is available for rental listings in Singapore, and the objective is to help property seekers quickly and easily identify rental properties where landlords are open to tenants from all backgrounds, so from all races, all genders, religion, and sexual orientation. So this is part of PropertyGuru's long journey to support property seekers with a discrimination-free experience, while at the same time encouraging agents and landlords to embrace diversity and inclusive practices. And we are thrilled to see great adoption by our agent partners. So today, 1 in 4 rental listings in PropertyGuru Singapore Marketplace are tagged as Everyone Welcome. So this is very exciting. So, we know it's an ongoing journey, and continued education and open dialogue are crucial. So we will also conduct very soon a marketing campaign to increase awareness on the topic of inclusion as well.
Wow. I was just going to say, it's a pretty strong response from the community, and it looks like it's good because you've got positive feedback from agents and landlords as well.
Yeah, so we've seen very good adoption. So we are really happy with that. But the idea is, we really understand that, it's also a mindset. So we need to keep this education effort, open dialogue, making sure people understand. And we also address unconscious bias and stereotype. So that's why, marketing campaign, communication are also critical in driving a more inclusive real estate sector.
Interesting to know that PropertyGuru is not just building features into the PropTech, you're also trying to shift culture through the platform itself.
Yes, exactly. So we're really excited and we launched a feature in Singapore last year, and this was also launched in Malaysia at the end of March this year. So, we're really hoping to do more and also make sure people are more aware and we get more adoption, both on the agent side, but also property seekers are aware of the feature and they use it, and it really facilitates their journey into finding a home.
Just out of curiosity, Cecile, would you have any stories to share with us in terms of the feedback you've received from renters using this Everyone Welcome tag?
So it's quite early, and actually the communication campaign I was referring to is really for us to kind of start communicating about this feature, because although it has been launched last year, we've only started to communicate about it a few days back. So the communication campaign will really broaden the audience that is aware about the tag. So maybe by then I will be, available to share more story and come back to share that with you.
All right, let's talk about what buyers want. A recent PropertyGuru survey shows 72% of Singaporeans are interested in sustainable homes, and 68% are even willing to pay more. Are we seeing real change on the ground?
So the number that you just shared are from our 2024 consumer satisfaction survey, which reflect the perspective of serious property seekers. So that means people planning to buy or rent a home in the next 6 months. So the results tell us something pretty clear. While things like location and price matter a lot, sustainability is no longer just a nice to have. It's starting to play a real role in decision making. So since 2021, PropertyGuru has helped property seekers in Singapore identify homes with sustainable features through our green score. So, and what property seekers tells us that 63% of them think that it's a trusted indicator to find a home, according to our 2024 survey. And we really believe that PropertyGuru's role is to make growing demand for greener living more visible and accessible to our marketplace.
Cecile, could you just briefly describe what this green score is about?
Yes, sure. So this green score gives you a rating about sustainable home. So it's a score out of 5. And this green score is based on 2 key criteria. So the distance to a public transportation. So the closer you are, the higher the green score will be. And also whether the property you're interested in is a green building certified. So, it will cover things like energy efficient feature, water efficient feature, waste management, carbon emission as well. So that's very comprehensive. So that will give you a very good idea of the sustainability consideration embedded into, the development of this property.
Now let's take a regional view. You recently launched the sustainable living feature in Thailand. So my question is, do regional differences like regulations or consumer expectations shape how you roll out sustainability tools in each market?
I would say that we mostly look at what our consumers are interested in. Of course, the more stringent the regulation is, you will see more sustainable homes. For example, like for Singapore, Singapore Green's plan is to have 80% of green building by 2030. So of course, you will see more properties with a green building certification for sure. But we really look at, our consumer perspective. What are they looking for? What are the issue they are facing, and how we can help them in this journey while, also promoting and enabling a more inclusive and sustainable real estate sector.
Okay. And before we let you go, I want to touch on your broader sustainability strategy, Gurus for Good. It sounds very purpose-driven, but how do you ensure it stays more than just a tagline?
So the name of our Gurus for Good is really like that every employee within our company has a key role to play. So for us, our sustainability strategy is structured around 3 key pillars. Sustainable living, thriving communities, which is more the social components, and responsible business. So our strong governance, business ethics, and ethical practices are embedded into the foundation of our businesses. So we are, Gurus for Good is the name of the strategy, but the strategic pillars really give us a direction in terms of the priorities that we're going to go after. And that's what guides the initiative that we are implementing every year.
Okay. And going forward, what's next for PropertyGuru in this space? Perhaps circularity or hopefully more affordable housing?
So sustainability is an ongoing journey. So in 2025, we're going to, keep continuing our effort. And as I mentioned, for example, the Everyone Welcome tag was recently launched in Malaysia. So we are looking at, how features could be expanded to other countries. And we are also going to keep making it easier for people to identify sustainable homes on our platforms. How can we improve property seekers' experience on our platform to find information more easily? Can we provide, additional information that they are interested in when it comes to sustainability? But our initiatives are also internal. So, for example, on diversity, equity, and inclusion, we are really promoting practices that promote these principles. So that's also something we are going to work on further with a very specific focus on women empowerment. And of course, we'll continue also our decarbonization journey across our business and supply chain. So, I would be happy to come back next year and share more about how we have stepped up our sustainability efforts.
Wow, looks like you're going to be very, very busy. Now, Cecile, do you see any opportunities for PropTech players to collaborate on shared sustainability frameworks or perhaps even open data platforms?
Yeah, I mean, because PropertyGuru is a marketplace, for us, partnership is really, really a key lever to amplify the impact in terms of, transitioning the sector into one that's more sustainable and inclusive. So definitely, partnership is something we're always looking at and interested in. And data are critical to advance things, so you can only improve what you can measure. So yeah, definitely that's something we're looking at and open for.
Cecile, thank you so much for a very insightful conversation. It's been a real pleasure hearing how PropertyGuru is weaving sustainability and inclusivity directly into the property journey. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Lini. Thanks.
And she is Cecile Corda, Head of Sustainability at PropertyGuru Group. You've been listening to Industry Insight with me, Lin Lee.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.